welcome to this review of the classic sci-fi television show, Quantum Leap. As always, I am Captain Jackhammer, your host, and I thank you for joining me. Theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett leaped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. He awoke to find himself trapped in the past and facing a mirror image that was not his own. His only companion on his journey is Al, a holographic image from his own time that only Sam can see. So Dr. Beckett keeps leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping that his next leap will be his leap home. Quantum Leap aired from 1989 to 1993, and with this intro each week we were taken on a journey into our past and into our souls. The show's initial flush of success in the first season and a half would be slowed by the network's lack of confidence in the show's plateauing ratings, despite a very loyal fan base. In fact, if I am to understand it correctly, had it not been for the loyal fans of the show instituting a massive letter-writing campaign, it probably would have been quietly ushered off the air about a year or two earlier than it actually was. A highly imaginative idea from Donald Belisario, creator of other television classics such as Airwolf and Magnum P.I., the adventures of quantum physicist Dr. Beckett were documented from week to week as he was sent to leap into the lives of people that spanned the main character's lifetime, and sometimes through sci-fi trickery outside of his lifetime. Nobody can see him in the situation he's in except for a guide by the name of Al Calavici. The selection of Golden Globe winners Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell to play the roles of Sam, the Quantum Leaper, and Al, Sam's advice-giving and holographic guide, was spot on. Remember, this was years before Dean Stockwell played an evil, human-hating Cylon, and long before Scott Bakula was captain of the USS Failed Concept. I had to put at least one Enterprise reference in here. I'm sorry, Enterprise fans. You didn't have to be a sci-fi buff to enjoy Quantum Leap. The storylines were great. The series consisted mainly of fictional plots, interspersed with the odd story based on real-life events. In addition, the show's original signature tune was great, which you will be able to listen to and enjoy at the end of the review. An absolute perfect show. It wasn't too technical. It wasn't too sci-fi. It had the drama of life and offered some comedy at the same time. Instead of seeing the same person with the same people dealing with their own life, we saw many, many different lives, all being influenced by one man who in the end could be deemed a saint. I'm happy the show was able to finish and just disappear like other great shows. The show had a good conclusion. It was happy, but it wasn't sappy or ultra-moralistic and joyful. It was the perfect ending for a perfect show. There isn't a thing they could change about this show. The only thing that could make it worse is if they were to make a made-for-TV movie about it. Those types of things usually ruin a good show, and Quantum Leap is definitely a TV legend that shouldn't have its legacy tainted by such things. I have to admit I may be a little biased, as I have always had a soft spot for this program. I recall watching the pilot on the BBC when I was visiting London while stationed in Europe, and I remember even then being transfixed by the subsequent weekly leaps of the main character, Dr. Sam Beckett. I always thought it was more than just a sci-fi / comic / drama, as at times it was incredibly insightful. The concept was completely innovative and didn't rely too heavy on expensive effects to convey the belief of time travel. Sam's holographic sidekick, Al Calavici, played by Dean Stockwell, provided an above-average level of humor, making the viewer laugh out loud at issues which some would consider untouchable. One of his favorite remarks of mine was in regards to a fat racist, when he said, "It's a bigot and a moo-moo." That one always makes me laugh. There appeared to be no subject too dangerous to touch, and that was what made the program so engrossing. By examining key issues that could have affected anyone, sexual harassment, racism, teenage pregnancy, and even the plight of the mentally handicapped, just to name a few, the viewer could not help but be drawn into this theoretical discussion as to the rights and wrongs of each subject. I love this show. Sure, the conceits of time travel in a movie or TV show can be hokey and require some suspension of disbelief, but this show still captured the wonder and possibilities of righting wrongs and recapturing the American past. Interesting character leaps and great interplay between Sam and Al made the show all the more watchable. I could go on all day, but what I will leave you with is this. I highly recommend this TV classic to newcomers, as once you have seen it, you will become hooked like millions of others have. So, Quantum Leap gets a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching. I'm Captain Jackhammer, and I will see you next time.